Hi everyone. Hi then. You are back. It is so cold in here. My outfit changed entirely. It is unbelievably cold. I need to like put my hands in my pockets. It's so cold. All right. All right. Now let's take a look, okay? Sure, are we going through questions? Unfortunately, like I mentioned, we will be focusing more on the oral because oral is a lot sooner actually. And also we have been focusing a lot on non-oral components such as like composition as well as paper 2. So we do want to be putting a bit of emphasis. So you also might notice that most teachers are going through oral questions nowadays. Like writers at work. Yeah. See, like, yeah, we have been going through questions for like O level and for PSLE, right? So yeah, that is that bit of like priority here. But maybe we'll go back to paper 2 after the oral has ran away, you know. Okay, so now let's go through. Okay, but you guys are teaching me a lot as well. I didn't know that there were like edible plastics, edible straws. You live and you learn. Sure, you can control the duck, right? I realize that if I do this, wait. Yeah, see, it gets angry and it shows me its butt. And then when I do this, but why is it not changing? I'm not quite sure. And when I do down, oh, you see, it gets sad. It gets sad. It's starting to cry. Yeah. Wait, what is this again? See, it gets angry. And then when I do this, I see, it gets happy. Yeah, there we go. It becomes a heart. It becomes a heart. Okay, if I do this, what does it do? I'm guessing not much response for this one. Yeah, I think it's only like those three things that it actually like reacts to. It is my favorite filter. Alright. Sure, I can see there is hand signals. I'm not quite sure. I genuinely not quite sure. Yeah, it is the hand signals that change it. But otherwise, this duck is just like free roaming. Alright. Okay, let's go through this. Okay, we'll go back to O levels again. But you guys can let me know what questions you guys want to do for O levels. And then, yeah. Okay. Okay, so how do parks enhance neighborhood life? Alright, so first things first, with parks, okay, green corridors connect neighborhoods and reduce travel carbon footprint. Alright, so that is one of the first ones. Alright, parks can also host family activities, okay, which helps to foster community cohesion and interaction, okay, so improve relationships. All right, Now, also, okay, parks also invite jogging and walking, which prompts healthy living. These are all super, super important, okay? And parks reduce stress in urban estates, which overall contributes to mental well being. All right, so these are all areas that are super important. All right, these are all areas that, really, really do highlight the fact that parks enhance neighborhood life. All right, so these are answers. Okay, this one is slightly different. Describe ways to protect marine life locally. All right, what answers might there be? Okay, this one's blank. Just to encourage you guys to give me some answers. Does anyone know what the answers might be? Any idea what the answers might be? Hi. Hi, Lee. Okay, waiting for some answers. Alright, because I've been giving you guys so many answers. My goodness. Don't eat fish? Attend WWF, talks about wildlife. Okay, okay. Okay, don't eat fish, but I love fish. I love seafood. All right. Okay. 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 Let's see. First things first. All right. So you can do okay, WWF talks. My goodness, my handwriting. Wait, but is it wildlife or marine life? Okay, because we have to be specific. All right. So you know what? I'm just gonna cancel WWF. I'm gonna write just talks, eco talks about marine life. Okay, you have to be specific. All right. So you can say eco clubs host talks with marine experts, raising awareness about marine life. Okay, and don't eat shark fin soup as some sharks are in danger. Ooh, wait, let's see. Give me a second. Let me double check the information. Yes. Mm. Okay. Yes, okay, your answers are correct. All right. Needed to double check that. All right. So, not eat shark fin soup as some sharks are endangered. Okay. Cleanouts at the beach, all right. Okay, Shan, hi. Okay, it is also cruel to kill sharks. Definitely, definitely. All right. Okay, let me just. Okay, and we can also choose non-toxic toiletries that reduces chemical runoff into coast. All right. Okay, what we can do, okay, recycling correctly prevents waste from reaching waterways. Right? Okay. And what we can also say is that campaigns reduce okay, you can say reduce the use of plastics, all right? Microplastics is when the plastic has kind of broken down or little bits come off and that spreads around. What spreads around is called microplastics. Yeah. All right. So campaigns reduce straw and cutlery usage to prevent plastic pollution. Okay, and you can say, yeah, prevent plastic pollution. All right. So what you can do is you can also say, aquarium and marine center trips teach youth about coral reef conservation. Okay, so we have a lot of answers for this one. All right, so definitely, yep. And we also have beach cleanups, yeah, so remove plastic and litter. All right, so these are all great options. All right, so let's take a look at the next one. What role does children play in environmental conservation? Okay, what might the answer be? Environmental conservation. What role do you guys think children play in environmental conservation? Okay, so we have to be specific that we're talking about students, children over here, and also that we're talking about the environment and its conservation. Okay, we're talking about their role. So we're talking about certain responsibilities over here as well. All right. So what might the answer be? Okay, what might the answer be? Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and say that students adopt habits like recycling and saving water at home and school, right? So these are all great ways. Okay, these are children could go on excursions to learn more about protecting the ocean. Yes, definitely. Okay, school trips to educate students on ocean, on, you can say in general, environment conservation. Okay, so these are great ways. Okay, what else could we do? Okay, what else could we do? Okay, school eco ambassadors conduct peer-led talks during assembly. Put this here. Okay, what else? Okay, we already have beach cleanups. Oh, we can actually put beach cleanups. Yes. Young volunteers. Yes, definitely. Beach cleanup. Supporting marine protection. Okay, and what we could also do is okay, we already have school trips, right? So that is school trips. Okay, you can say nature parks. Okay, and what you can do is also participation in group projects. This one, wrong one, sorry. Okay, you can say that pupils help plant trees during NParks school planting programs. Okay, now these are all awesome answers. Okay, and yeah, you could also have students to educate their parents. Children educate parents about eco habits such as shorter showers. Right, so these are all great ways. Okay, you guys can take a screenshot if you guys would like. Okay. Okay, next question. Okay, next question. If you guys have any answers, let me know. Okay, how can recess time be more eco-friendly? Oh, that's important. That's an important one. All right. Okay, so what you can say is reusable cutlery. So like metal cutlery. I'm stuck. What do you mean I'm stuck? What? You're too hard. It's okay, okay. And containers during recess. Support. Zero waste schools. Okay, now what else can we do? Okay, we can also say that teacher play educational videos about recycling and water conservation. Hi, 面包. More like grass, like grass. Um, maybe we can say to reduce wastage. To reduce wastage, maybe you can say to collect organic scraps. Okay, for composting program. And school garden. How about that? All right, and also we can also say on that note, like your idea, based on your idea, we can say organize monthly themed eco recess, such as no packaging day or plant appreciation day. How are you guys feeling now that's you guys are getting closer and closer to your exams? How do you guys feel? The mic to you guys. How do you guys feel? Hmm? All right. Do share how you guys feel. Display. I feel stressed. That is understandable. That's understandable. But how do you guys like feel in terms of like progress? In terms of practice, do you guys feel ready for the exam, or do you guys feel like I'm so scared? I'm so scared. Super stressed. Yeah. Um, I think there are some people that they just feel completely ready. Okay, and there are some people who are perfectionists like me. You will end up feeling like you're never ready. Okay, but this is a step that we have to take. And yeah, it's important that I did some English papers. That's good. That's good. Do you do better? Do you do better with them than like previously? But I'm still kind of stressed. That is normal. Trust me, that is really really normal. Okay, but also don't beat yourself up about it. Okay, because we understand that it is PSLE, it is O levels. These are both things that have been taught to us that they are super important, and they are okay. But also you have to understand that these things only bring you to the next best, the next step, right? The ultimate goal should be getting a good job, should be being happy. Okay, these are all the final important things that we want to hit, right? So O levels, PSLE, they only bring us to the next step. They do not readily design our future, right? So yeah, you have to learn to show yourself that you have to work as hard as you can, but also at the same time be nice to yourself, right? Be nice to yourself. Nothing is more important than your own happiness, right? Okay. Yes. Okay. So we can also say uh waste sorting stations. But I'm still kind of stressed. You will definitely be stressed. All right. It is very normal. It is not that teacher just say something or your parents say something and suddenly everything becomes easier. Okay. So yeah, you will definitely need that bit of time, and you just have to finish this like milestone and you'll be better, right? Yeah, unfortunately that is how it is. I would say to prevent burnouts, do more things that you enjoy, all right? Put away some time, not too much time. Put some time aside for things that you do enjoy, all right? Okay, so over here I wrote down two things. Okay, display you've made eco poster contest as reminder of green good habits, all right? And as well as waste sorting stations at exits to help students practice recycling. Okay, these are all super important, all right? So you can write them down, all right? And also you can also write green corners. Green corners for watering plants. Promote daily engagement with nature. Use food scraps to make compost. Yes, I think we wrote that. Yeah, collect organic scraps to make compost for composting program in school garden. All right, so I said you're getting the hang of it. See, we even got the same answers. Great job. All right, great job. Super proud. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, let's move on to the next. Oh, we're at the end of this one. All right, is there any questions that you guys have about this topic that I can go through with you guys? Okay, I'll give you guys like 10 seconds. Okay, you guys can type your questions into the chat, and yeah, I'll go through them with you. Okay, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Okay, that's moving on. 10 seconds. 8, 9. Wait, was I counting? Which way was I counting? Anyways, time should be over. Okay, I'm assuming that everyone doesn't have questions. All right, let's us move on. All right, let us move on. Okay, right before I go back to the O level section, actually we still have time to do primary school, but let me go through this once again. Okay, so I do want to keep pushing this out, especially since we're getting closer and closer to EOYs. All right, this is also for students who are not doing primary school PSLE or O levels. Okay, definitely this is for everyone. All right, so it is a 12-week EOY prep challenge. Okay, and it is, we currently have some promotions. Okay, for students who enroll now, you will be getting 2 free lessons. All right, so this is only if you register by the 31st of August. Okay, and this year 2025. Okay, I don't want anyone coming and saying, but did you just say August 31st, so it could be 2026? No, it's not. 2025. All right, and also students will be able to enjoy up to 390 savings. Okay, so students will be able to get that $80 regular fee waiver. Oh, that's a mouthful. All right, and a $60 NTUC voucher. All right, so these are great options. All right, and then okay, students will also be able to get that 12-week EOY English preparation challenge. All right, so students will be able to also get that 2 weeks lesson over here. Okay, this is for secondary school students. Okay, we are opening it to both PSLE secondary school students. All right, primary school and secondary school students. All right, yeah. Also, $80 regular fee waived and $60 NTUC voucher. Right, so definitely a lot of discounts. Right, so it is up to 390 savings. So this might be one of the best times to join if you are interested. All right, so do let us know if you have any questions. We have the WhatsApp number 8404-9281, and we also have the Writers at Work website. Okay, so content will also be there. so you guys can also go there and take a look for more information. Okay, yeah, so usually when we're going through anything in our life, most of them will be on the website, so you guys can also go and take a look. All right, so you guys can let me know. Okay, but also we have this service button below and the comment section, so you guys can let us know if you have any questions. All right, let's just move on. Why is this not working? Okay. Okay. Jura, when are you usually live? I'm usually live 2:30 to 5:30. 2:30 to 5:30. I will be, let me check tomorrow. Let me check for tomorrow. Let me check tomorrow. Actually, I'll just ask moderator. When is my live session tomorrow?
Same hour.
2:30 to 5:30.
Yes.
Okay. Yep. Tomorrow will be 2:30 to 5:30 as well. Okay. Yeah. And I won't be doing live on Wednesday, I think. But yes. Other days will be same time, so you guys can drop by and sit here with me. All right. Okay. O levels. Where is the O level one? Why is this not opening? Okay. Talked about all this. Let's do school life. Sounds interesting, huh? Oh, no. Moderator.
Yes.
I can't seem to find the questions. Oh, it's okay. I found it. sorry. Okay, there we go. I'm at tuition. Bye. Bye, Mariah. Is there a date when writers are? It's like we are usually live every day. We're usually live every day. Yeah, we are live almost every day. It's just that the teachers might vary. Okay, so definitely, yeah. You can ask us when our sessions are. Okay, so teacher Mitsuko and teacher Yahweh, they are usually at night, around 5:30, 7:30, if I'm not wrong. Okay, you do have to like double check with them if you would definitely like to go to their classes. All right, but for me, I will be live usually 2:30 to 5:30. Okay, so those are roughly the timings, right? Yeah. So let us know if you have any questions. All right. Okay. O level oral discussion, school life. Okay, so school life. What we have over here, okay, is school life. Okay, this one should be, I wouldn't say easy, but it should be more relatable in terms of like examples and everything because you're taking everything from your daily life, right? Okay, describe effective stress management techniques you use. Ooh, I want to hear from you guys. What are some of the effective stress management techniques? Please share with me. Okay, because I don't know. What do you guys use? What do you guys use nowadays? Let me see. Do my favorite hobby? Okay. Okay, for hobbies, okay, games. Okay, okay, now describe effective, other effective, what am I saying? Okay, okay, so what you can do is to practice 5-minute mindfulness exercises, okay, using apps recommended by MOE. Okay, so definitely focus on breathing. Before exams or after school. Stress ball, okay, sure. Fidget or stress toys. All right. Okay, so also you can also have journal. List 3 things I'm thankful for each day. Okay, sleep, a good mood. All right. So what else can you do? Okay. Okay, what you can do is break study into 25-minute doom scroll. Doom scroll makes it worse. Trust me, I've tried that. I doom scroll, and apparently I read online, don't know how true this is, but apparently looking at your screen lowers efficiency by 25%. And I was like, oh my god. And the moment I stopped using my phone as much, and I remember it was in high school, my efficiency went all the way up. So it's important. All right. So break study into 25-minute. Let me struggle to pronounce this. Pomodoro sessions with 5-minute breaks to refresh, focus, and reduce mental fatigue. All right, so these are great ways. All right, and you can also maintain a structured timetable that includes time for studying, revision, exercise, and relaxation. So these are all super important, okay, for a good mental health, right? Good mental health. All right, any other answers? Any other answers? Okay, sure. That's great. Take short cat naps. All right. So these are all great options. Okay, you can also say take walks. Okay, take walks. These are all great ways. All right, let's move on. Oh, this is a big one. How can students recognize signs of mental fatigue? Okay, I'm gonna leave this with you guys. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, please list me your answers. Okay, we are back. All right. So, what answers do you guys have? Okay, how can students recognize the signs of mental fatigue? All right. So now, okay, okay. So now, from your personal experiences, I hope you guys have never been through mental fatigue. But, um, what answers might you guys have? All right, let's take a look. Okay, so persistent. Okay, this is also very important, especially now that you guys are going through such a hard time. Okay, so this is also a great thing to be knowledgeable about. Persistent tiredness. Okay, so the fill. Even after a full night's sleep. Okay, and then you also have declining grades, depression. Depression isn't, well, depression actually is a sign of mental fatigue. But I think they're talking about more specific signs, like symptoms, right? Declining grades despite putting in effort. All right. Red flag. Okay. Actually, take that away. Okay. Becoming forgetful or disorganized. Okay. Poor concentration. Okay. Avoidance behavior. Hi, Hunch. How are you? Long time no see. Yes, long time no see. Actually, I've always been on though. Do you stop watching lives recently? Is that why? Because the only time when I stopped live for about like a month previously. But other than that, I came back and then, yeah, I came back and then I've been doing lives for this 2 months, right? Was it 2 months? Hmm. So poor concentration, brain fog. Okay, and avoidance behavior, so skipping school or CCA due to feeling overwhelmed. Okay, and you can also say loss of interest in favorite hobbies or weekend plans. Definitely, I'm gonna write that down. And as well as sleep disturbances. Okay, so maybe insomnia or waking up a lot at night. All right, so these are all signs. Okay, so I do want to extend this out to you guys, that in case you guys are feeling any of this, to be extra careful with yourself, to be a bit nicer to yourself as well. All right, because these things could have long-term effects on you. Okay, so it is very, very important, because a personal story, I struggled with a lot of these. Um, after PSLE. So none of them actually showed themselves when I was doing PSLE, but afterwards it got really bad, and there were long-term what do you call that, long-term after effects. Okay, of course it has been years, but like it is something to learn, okay, to make sure that you know it doesn't happen again. Okay, so definitely that is my piece of advice to everyone. All right, teacher Jazz friendly advice. All right. Okay, so what we can do, okay, so we can do what we mentioned over here. Okay, so stress toys, 5-minute mindfulness activities, journal, break study into 25-minute sessions. All right, maintain a structured timetable, take short cat naps, and take walks. All right, so these are all great ways. All right. Okay, what role does physical activity play in stress management? Ooh, this is an interesting one. What the answer might be? What might the answer be? Okay, what might the answer be? Physical role? Yes. So like, how can physical activity maybe even help? Happy hormones? Okay. Okay, so you can say releases endorphins. Okay, so improve mood naturally. Okay. Okay, and then we could also release dopamine, yes, endorphins, dopamine, all right, and then it also acts as uh actually for me, okay, this is kind of weird. All right, this is kind of weird, but for me, sports such as running make me feel worse. They make me feel worse, so that's kind of interesting. Exam. Okay, and then what else can we work with? Okay. Oh, what happened? Okay, so what we can do is, okay, regular exercise. My bracelet keeps getting in the way. Okay, of my writing. Okay, regular exercise boosts energy and improves sleep quality. Okay, and this is something that helps with focus in class. Okay, exercise builds self-confidence, especially when achieving personal fitness goals. All right. And what else? Okay. Um, let's see. Okay, you can also say that fitness breaks. open opportunities for social interaction and peer bonding. Okay, so it is quite interesting, all right? It is quite interesting. Energy boost, definitely. You can say, okay, so mental reset button or energy boost. Okay, family bonding, you can add that fitness does help to bring family closer together, which helps create that emotional support. Okay, reducing stress. All right, definitely could say that. All right, so let's see the next one. Describe how you support friends experiencing stress. Oh, this is very important for you guys because all your friends are stressed along with you guys now. So you guys can really think about this one. Okay, what answers do you guys have? Okay, what answers do you guys have? All right, now first things first. All right, you can say you listen actively when they vent their worries, but please be careful not to over stimulate yourself as well. Ask how can I help? Okay, study together, shared schedules, ease exam pressure. Okay, what other answers do you guys have? Okay, now we can also say check in through WhatsApp when we notice they are unusually quiet. Okay, and then what we can do is encourage them to visit school counselors or share helpline information. Okay, and what we can do is organize group exercises like CCA mini games to take their minds off stress, right? Okay, these are all great options, right? Okay, and share music playlists. Okay, so these are more open questions that you guys have like wider answer ranges for you guys to choose from, right? Okay. Celebrate small wins together. This is super important. Okay, to build positive reinforcement. All right. Okay, next question. Okay, how can schools better address student anxiety? All right, so maybe you guys can tell me some of your personal experiences if your schools have done anything that have helped you to address your anxiety. All right, please share with me, and then we can all, discuss what we can write down. All right, please share with me. The chat is so quiet today. Oh, wrong bottle. The chat is so quiet today. Why? Okay, how can schools better address student anxiety? All right, student anxiety is a very, very real thing, especially at this stage where you guys are all, and I would say, one of the most stressful moments in your academic life, right? So definitely it is important that schools are able to address your anxieties, student anxieties as a group. All right, so definitely it will be nice to hear what your schools have done, right? It would be nice. Okay, so now let's host events that provide some sort of entertainment while focusing less on. Okay, so students can so schools can, okay, can I would say holistic growth can encourage holistic growth. Okay, so it's kind of your idea, holistic growth through events. Okay, highlighting that there is more to growth than academics. All right, so yeah, definitely your idea is a great idea. It's a JL or JI? I think it's JI, right? Okay, and okay, now let's see what else can we do. Okay, so definitely, like you said, also schedule mindfulness and well-being periods after major assessments. Okay, these are all super important. Right, these are all things that can help students to feel a bit, closer with the school as well. Okay, and also we can host workshops. Okay, host workshops with external specialists. Okay, on stress management. Okay, so these are all great ways. These are all great, great, great ways. Okay, now let's take a look as well at other options. Okay, if you guys have any other options, any other examples at other times. Reassure students that stress is normal. Okay. Reassure students that stress is normal. Maybe through talks and media. Okay, so maybe like school television. Okay, and you can also encourage open dialogues in class about exam stress and mental health. Provide more training for teachers. Okay. Wellness training for teachers to better support students. All right. Okay. Great. Okay. Provide study tip zones in libraries with stress balls. Yep, that sounds like a great idea actually. Yep. In the school that I was from, actually, most teachers were actually quite trained. Host surveys, okay. Host surveys. Host surveys to better understand cohort stress levels. Okay, awesome. Okay. Do you agree that it is possible for students to have healthy stress? Why and why not? Oh, that's a very big question. I actually want to hear your ideas because I have my very own firm opinion. All right. Okay. Actually, I'll give my answer first and you guys can type out yours slowly. Okay, now my personal opinion, for me, I think it depends. All right, all right. Now there is such a thing called stress paralysis, and as a person I have that. Okay, meaning that there is an amount of, for me, I procrastinate a lot, so basic stress is necessary for me to actually move things along. However, I also have stress paralysis, meaning that with too much stress I am also unable to function. Okay, so these are definitely things to consider. However, for my peers, there are definitely people who can only function well with stress, and the more stress they are under, the better they function. Okay, so definitely I say that healthy stress is a thing, definitely is a thing. Okay, just how much stress before it's considered collectively ineffective and collectively counterproductive. All right, so definitely there is different levels of stress that it is important for teachers to mediate it. All right, hi Zoe, welcome to the live. All right, what do you think? Do you think that it is possible for students to have healthy stress? Yes, it acts as a motivation of or some sort of encouragement to students to strive towards your goals. Definitely, it can be a motivational factor, all right? But I also say, sorry, healthy. I didn't know those two words go together. Definitely, stress does not feel very healthy. Okay, stress. At some level, like Jay I said, is JI. I'm just gonna say JI. It can be that pushing force forward to help you guys to, better engage with everything around you, to be more productive. But at the same time, stress, when it hits a certain level, it is no longer healthy and it is counterproductive. Oh, thank you so much. Do I say blabber? Blabber. Blabber. Is it blabber? Blabber. Blabber. I'll just call you Blab. Blab. All right. So yes. Okay. So now some answers. All right, for you guys. Okay. Yes. Oh my God. This yes is so slanted. Yes. Okay. So healthy stress motivates action. Okay. And actually a moderate amount of stress, moderate level of stress enhances alertness and what happened? Alertness and focus. All right. Okay, so this is beneficial before exams for some people, of course. All right. And also, okay, energy boost from manageable stress. What do you mean hormones? What do you mean hormones? Maybe you can write down your answer so I can have a better idea. Without paralysis, all right? Oh yeah, that would be inappropriate. Yeah, definitely. All right. Yeah, definitely stay away from that. Yes, if there's sufficient support from family and friends, schools and stuff. You can say that. Yes, definitely. I think you could also you could rephrase it in the sense that you talk about um stress when stress is normalized. When moderate stress, okay, non moderate stress is normalized and taught to be motivation, okay, and also and when there's um, a place in school or home for students to vent. Okay, that is very important, having a place to vent. All right, so also, oh goodness, all right, so you can also say, so essentially teachers and parents, like what you said, I'm just rephrasing, guide students to harness stress productively rather. Yes, the teacher will be impressed that you know. Sure, you can write that. Rather than suppress it. Okay, so this is a great way to go about this. Okay, so definitely we can talk about the pros and cons not pros and cons. What level is considered healthy stress, all right, and when is it not? Okay, so you can say maybe I agree that it is possible for students to have healthy stress. Okay, healthy stress motivates action and causes a boost. All right. However, that is only manageable stress. Okay, too much stress can cause paralysis. Okay, and you can elaborate a bit more. All right. Definitely a lot of different ways you could go about this. All right. You can also say no. Okay. You can also say no because actually, I can't think of a reason to say fully no. But yeah, I would answer yes. I would answer yes for this. All right. So one last question. Actually, we are on our last minute. Okay. Actually, we'll do the next question next time. Okay. I want to go through. Oh, what happened? I want to go through the promo again quickly, just so everyone can. If you guys are interested, you guys can go for this. All right. Oh, what happened? What happened? All right. Okay, now for students who are interested in a more consistent learning process, definitely I will always tell students that consistency is important. All right, so we actually have a 12-week EOI prep challenge. Okay, that we have started. Okay, it is to boost your child or you your English results to AL1. Okay, we have this for primary school and for secondary school. Okay, so for students who enroll now, you will be able to get 2 free lessons. Okay, this is provided you enroll and register by the 31st of August 2025. Okay. Now, students will be able to enjoy up to $390 in savings, okay, and also get and students will be able to get a $80 registration fee waiver, plus, okay, an NTUC voucher. All right, so a lot of savings. Okay, this is also for secondary school students. Okay, it is a great time for students to boost their EOI results and score their A1. Okay, so I will be ending the live on this note. Okay, do let us know if you have any questions via the WhatsApp number 84049281, or you can ask it tomorrow when we are live again. All right, so I will see you guys tomorrow. All right, bye everyone.